Hello and welcome. My name is Merely Adequate, and I'm getting ready to start a brand new Let's Play series. And I thought maybe I'd explain the process I go through whenever I start a new series. I've tried to find videos like this in the past when I first started making videos, and I didn't really find anything. So I thought I would talk you through my process and show you what I do. There are 4 main areas. There's the look, there's the gimmick, there's the world, and then there's the thumbnail. Now, there are lots of technical, if you've never done this before, there's lots of technical issues you'll have to work through. What hardware or software will you record with? What are you going to edit with? Where are you going to source your music? All these different things that we're not covering today. I'll try to put some videos down below in the comments that might help you out with some of those issues, but mainly we're talking about you already have your technical issues worked out and you're trying to create a new series. Okay? All right. Let's get over to the first topic and figure out the look. Many of you already have your Minecraft skin. Well, the look that you want to represent who you are, at least within Minecraft world. But some of you don't. And even if you do have your look, starting a new series is the perfect opportunity to reimagine yourself, whether it's a full-scale reimagining or whether it's just tweaking your look just to update it, or sometimes, just making something more customized to what your series is about. Let me show you a couple tools that I have worked with. Novaskin is a really good resource. They have lots of things to choose from, lots of ways to edit, and I don't really use this one a lot personally. I do use it whenever I'm altering, like, say, a creeper skin or something, but you can just type in a look and find an idea. Now, these belong to people. Artists have made these skins, and you need to be careful about just grabbing one and claiming it as your own. A lot of these Nova skins are up for grabs, but I'm always really careful about not just grabbing somebody else's and using it. So I always, want to be careful and try to find out if I can get permission to use it or not, or better, just create something yourself. But you get tons of inspiration on this site, so it's definitely a good resource to get some ideas and get those juices flowing. But the one that I like better is Skindex. Now, there's a very particular reason I like this one better. Let's see, if we go down here and pick one of these skins, just anything that's sitting around, below, there's actually a way to communicate with the creator of the skin. You can send them a message and ask them if it's okay to use their skin, and I find that's a really good resource. Oh, advertisements. But here, this is the editor. This is the editor I use for almost all my skins, and here is my main skin. Oh, sorry, I forgot. The outer layer is my clothes. This is my main skin. Whenever I made my skin, this is what I used. I find it's extremely useful, particularly if you don't want to do editing of the 2-dimensional files, like in Photoshop. This is a really good tool. Some of the skins I've worked on here are my Hermes skin from our most recent TWS series, my Pirate skin from my Java series, my game show host also from the Java series, and the skin that I'm planning on using in my next series. I wanted to freshen up the face. I wanted to look less muddled. Yeah, excuse the body. I want to look clearer and cleaner. I wanted to give myself a smile so I look friendlier. So as you see, I'm not completely redoing it. I'm just freshening it up for the new series. I did think about, let's pull up this one. I did consider a really big smile, and I didn't like that. I thought it was a little too over the top. So I'm going to stick with a small smile. I found this editor super easy to work with, and once you're done, you can just download a copy of it. If you see here, there's little squares all over the body, and you got the outer layer and the inner layer. I don't know if you know that there's actually 2 layers to your skin. But yeah, you just kind of select a color. You got paint brushes and erasers and everything, and you can just fill it in. There's even this cool feature here. You pick this one, it'll randomize it for you. That's how I got my T-shirt to look kind of like that randomized, dirty, slept in look. So yeah, it's super simple to work with, and when you get done, you know, making it however you want, you can just export it and then use it in your world. The next thing to think about is your gimmick. Now, don't take this as the wrong kind of gimmick, like you're trying to trick anybody. This is just what's going to be unique about your world. Are you just going in plain and normal? Because that is a gimmick, because so many people are doing weird things these days that just a plain playthrough is a really good way to get people to watch. But there's other things you can do. You can place restrictions on your gameplay, like working within a certain chunk, or maybe in only one biome like the Nether. Right now it's super popular to restrict how long you play, so you can do like a 100-day world or something shorter to kind of limit the length of the series. Unlike Java, on Bedrock we can't really use mods, but in the marketplace there's tons of fun maps you can use, like Skyblock or various themed type of maps. And lastly, there's my favorite, there's the storyline. Maybe your whole adventure, your whole series can be a story that just carries people on from the beginning to the end, just holding their attention. I think that's a really great idea. And the best ideas are the ones that I haven't even thought of yet. I mean, surely if you can come up with something new, it's going to catch attention. But you want to see what my gimmick is? Meet Bebop. This is my gimmick. I spend my whole adventure playing with Bebop together side by side, telling a story. It's quite the task getting this little guy to do what I need him to do and have him move where I need him to move, but I think it adds a little something special, a little like kind of a buddy adventure story together that makes it really fun. So that's what I'm looking forward to in my next series. Alright, well the third thing you need to think about is the world you're going to play in. For your gimmick, you're just picking a seed at random and that's how you're playing. That could be part of your gimmick and your world is already solved then. But it helps a lot of times to maybe look at the world a little bit first if you're really going to be spending a lot of time in it. If you Google best Minecraft seeds, you find a ton of options, all kinds of things. And now that Java and Bedrock are nearly identical, you can use pretty much all of them, but it's best to know kind of what you want ahead of time. So if you just want something simple, something that has everything, you can type in like all biomes. Let's try this one out. I think I looked at earlier. And here we go. You got, all different types of seeds. There you go. You see a map showing all the different biomes. This map may be a little bit confusing to you. So let me tell you where you should go next after you find some seeds that look like they might be interesting. Oh, this is kind of old. This is saying 1.13 Java. So you got to watch out and make sure it works with either the new Java or with Bedrock. Bedrock, there we go. Well, Better Together update. These are lots of old ones. Okay, well, like I said, you can find tons of them online. Let me show you where you can get a better grasp on what these different maps mean. If you're not familiar with it already, chunkbase.com is amazing. So what we're going to go here is we're going to look at the apps, and we're going to look at the biomes. There's lots of things. You can put in seeds for different worlds and find all kinds of information about it. If you really want to get detailed about what world you're going to use, you can look at all these different aspects of the world and really pin down something that has everything you need. But really, I think what you want is the most basics, the biomes. What biomes are we dealing with? So let's just put in adequate, whatever the number or word or whatever you're using. We're Bedrock 119, and here we go. I don't even know what this biome has. Well, there we go. So, what you see here, it tells you down here in the bottom right, flower forest, river, desert. It tells you what everything is and how far away things are. So this is kind of too big. Let's get closer. I'd say 3,000. Okay, that looks pretty good, although we're too far. Let's move it up. Okay, yeah, around 3,000 in all directions. That's a pretty good thing. So if you see here, we got some ice, we got desert, I think we got some jungle in here. This wouldn't be a terrible biome. Look, there's a swamp here. This wouldn't be a terrible map to use. But this is what you're looking for. You want to make sure you have all the things that you really want. Do you really want to build in a jungle or a dark forest? Do you want it to be icy or deserty or badlands? Make sure you have everything that you need in a generally close proximity. Or if you're looking for something specific, like I said, let's say you want a ocean monument to be near center, then rather than looking at biomes on chunk base, you look at ocean monuments and see if there's one close to where you want it to be. There's lots that you can find here, but you should just really play with it. You can, let's say if you want a specific biome, let's see, what's the new one? The mangrove? Mangrove swamps, how far away? Oh, see? So if you're really wanting to play a mangrove swamp, this may not be the seed for you. Because the closest one looks like it's almost, they're over. Oh, there we go. That's one that's kind of 2,000 by 1,600. Yeah, they're really far away. So you may not use this one if you want mangrove to be your main biome that you're going to be working in. So that'll help you pick what world. But not only picking what world, you have to decide what do you want your world to look like and act like. Bedrock Tweaks is a very valuable resource. If you've played on Java, you may be familiar with vanilla tweaks. And really what you have going on here is it's just all these resource packs that change the visual look of your game in many ways. Whether it's a 3D sun, let's see what else we got down here. You can change the terrain so that things look more green. Water is clearer. There's some utilities down here. You can set it so that you can find ores easier, make your redstone more easy to read. There's all kinds of different things in here that are extremely helpful. And what you do is you just click on all the ones. Let's say I want a redstone pack. You click on all the things that you want in the redstone pack. You can name it over here, maybe redstone, and download it. And then once it's downloaded, all you gotta do is double click on it and it'll load into your game and you can add it to your world. So this is very helpful. These are mostly just visuals. There are a few, if we look back, I believe there are a few add-ons which are a little bit more invasive than just the visuals. AFK display, anti-griefing on certain mobs, double shells, things like that. But if you want some really good add-ons, let me take you to a different place. Foxy No-Tell is kind of the one-man king of add-ons and resource packs. The other one, obviously there's lots of resource packs over on Bedrock Tweaks, but as far as add-ons go, which doesn't just change the look, but actually the function of things. Let's take over here and look at add-ons. We can have armor stands so you can create them and make them look posable. There's avatars, block layers. You can have layers of dirt just like snow. Chunk loaders, and I don't know, you can have hardcore mode. Speaking of gimmicks, you can play hardcore mode actually in Bedrock using this add-on. There's all kinds of things in here that really can spice up your game. You should definitely come over here, take a look at it, and see what he has to offer. Some of them are easier to use than others, but they're all very good, and he's really good about updating them. So they should always be available to you on your world. The last thing I want to show you for getting your world ready for a series, let's say you've already picked out the seed that you want, you've put on all the add-ons and everything, but you want to be in a completely different place in the world to start off. You have found where that perfect mangrove swamp is, and you want that to be your spawn point. Let me just show you real quick how to do that. So if we just go in here to the commands, it's really simple. You just spawn point. And the spawn point has been set to where you are. Now you can put in the coordinates if you know where it is, but if you can just do it where you're standing, that makes it all the easier. Now if I was to die, I will end up right back here, and I'll actually start my world here as well if I restart it. So there we are. That's basically all the main things I think you need to know if you're going to start a new world. Last up is your thumbnail. You may already have a design that you use for most of your stuff on your channel, but you should really consider tweaking it and making it more specific for your new series. If you are a famous YouTuber on a famous SMP server, you can get away with something like this. Beautiful, sprawling picture, just a couple small words to let people know what this is. This is obviously B-Dubs on Hermitcraft, and he's amazing, and everyone knows who he is, and everybody's watching him, so you can get away with this. But most people can't. This person actually looks like they know what they're doing. Not a huge YouTuber, but a growing channel, and they clearly have all the hallmarks. You can see it says Let's Play, you know exactly what it is. It's been multiple seasons, and there's so many episodes in the series. It's very clear. You know exactly what it is. And this has been my downfall, because this was my thumbnail, one of my thumbnails from last season. I think it's a beautiful thumbnail, but you have no idea what this is, unless you already know what the channel is. And I'm not famous, no one knows who I am, so I have a beautiful thumbnail that no one will click on. I'm hoping to resolve that this season, so I'm going with something more like this. It's not completely detailed. I don't have the word Let's Play in there, which I'm kind of trying to avoid, but I do have the Bedrock in there. I have explaining, Minecraft stories, kind of explains what my series is about. I'm showing that there's a second chapter to it, and I got my icon, my logo down in the bottom. So hopefully this is a good middle ground of not doing full explanation, but it still looks nice, hopefully. That's what I'm going with. So that's what I recommend to you, is find your balance of explaining everything, but also make it look nice, yeah? Okay. I hope this has been helpful. It was a kind of a weird video to kind of make, because it's easy to explain technical things, you know, flip this switch and turn that knob and make it look like this. But when you're trying to come up with your own creative process, you know, I just hopefully I can move you in the right direction. All right? So I really hope you make your own series. I'm sure it'll be amazing. Please leave a link to your stuff below. I'd love to see what you come up with. If you have any questions about any of this, or if you want me to cover maybe something else along this line, please feel free to leave a comment below. Love to hear from you. If you liked the video, please leave a like. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it adequate.